Okay, this is a special report on what did our key elected officials say on July 4th in social media. So I have up on the screen right now a post that I had made from the Watchdog Wire about 10 key county elected officials: David Painter, Bonnie Batchelor, Clark Corcoran, Tim Rudd, Jeannie Zoomerly, Paul Campass, Alan Freeman, Chris Stratton, Linda Fraley, and Mark Takalvi. I asked them, questions. Let me see if I pop this up here. I asked them, I sent them all emails individually. Happy 4th of July. This day commemorates the Declaration of Independence. Here is the text. I had a link. I have but a few simple questions for you today. If you had lived in 1776, been in Congress, and asked to sign the Declaration of Independence, would you have done so? Is there a part or passage of the Declaration of Independence that you would highlight as particularly meaningful to you? If so, what part and why? So that's what I asked them. Okay. I also said in this post, I gave what I thought were my passage, but I also said I'm going to look at what our key elected officials, what they do, what they post on 4th of July. Okay. These supposed conservative stalwart elected officials, what do they post on the 4th of July? Okay. So what I did is what I've done is I've made a little document that has links so I can quickly jump to all of their social media. I'm only going to look at Facebook. Most of these people don't have X, but I'm going to focus on at first the 10 key elected officials, and then I am going to focus on a few of our legislative delegation. But first off, the county Facebook page had, I'm going to pop this up bigger. Okay, so the county Facebook page had a little video, Happy 4th of July. Okay, just kind of pablum type stuff, you know. Oh, I don't know. It says here, where honor encourages the sacrifices. I think what we need to honor is the concept of government of, for, and by the people, of our rights being derived from a higher power, not from David Painter, that kind of stuff. But they're not differentiating what 4th of July is, for example, versus Memorial Day or Veterans Day, where you're more directly celebrating the courage of people. Okay, so that's what the county page had on it. Let's see what the sheriff's page, because I just these official pages. So the sheriff's page had a post about Happy Independence Day. We celebrate fire. Some safety tips. These government pages aren't going to have any, political commentary. They could, they should probably to some degree. These people are supposed to be conservatives. They should be saying something here about the Declaration of Independence, of that. By the way, I like some of the memes that say our freedom, July 4th is brought to you by good guys with guns. But anyway, so those are the two government pages. But let's look, and this is going to be almost comical, almost comical. Let's look at the key elected officials, the 10 I highlighted. Then we're going to look at some of the legislative delegation. I want to start with Jeannie Zoomerly, because she actually had something. But the funny part is her post was at 9:11 a.m. on July 4th. I posted on 6:21 a.m. that I was going to pay attention. But either way. So here's what Jeannie Zoomerly had. This graphic, Happy 4th of July. God bless America. Okay. So that's what Jeannie had. Okay. So now let's go back to the list. That's one. Let's go to David Painter. What did David Painter have on 4th of July, or for 4th of July? He's got a picture of himself, as always. July, nothing. So he had nothing for 4th of July. There's a picture of from July 3rd of LaRose and Faber, probably because he has to, because he wants to have all these people know that he loves them. So that's Painter. Let's go to Bonnie Batchelor. Now it's going to get really comical. At least Painter puts stuff on his page. Here's Bonnie Batchelor. She has nothing because her last post, our elected commissioner's last post on her personal commissioner political page, is from June 27th, and it's just something from the meeting. So she has something about what once every month. She went a long time without anything, and I start razzing her about never having anything on her social media. So she started putting stuff. But June 27th is her last piece of information. Now let's go look. I'll pop this up here. Claire Corcoran. So Claire Corcoran for commissioner. Oh, well, her last post was from November of 2019. From November of 2019. That's how much she loves you. She wants to communicate with people, right? It's not a crony system where you don't matter. It's just she's busy and she hasn't had a chance to what? No, 20, 21. She hasn't had a chance in 5.5 years to say anything to people through her political page. She's busy. She's got lots of shit going on. I heard she's working on the 250th anniversary of the United States or something like that. Okay, so now let's go. Hold on, I did the wrong thing there. Let's go look at Tim Rudd, our recorder. Oh, well, his last post is from December 18, 2024, with his buddy, Nathan Little. They're buds. That's Nathan Little's very loyal to the party and the party in the vision of Tim Rudd, who was a longtime chair. So Tim Rudd has not had a post since December 18, 2024. And so, like Claire, he's busy. He doesn't have time for the people, doesn't have time to highlight anything he's doing, doesn't have time to tell you any accomplishments he's had. Okay. Now let's go to Alan Freeman. Let's see what Alan Freeman has. Oh, Alan Freeman, last post on Alan Freeman, who's, double dipper on political jobs, both a trustee in Pierce Township and the common pleas clerk. I wonder, still hasn't paid his $50,000 fine because fines are for little people. They're not for. But by the way, if you have court costs being assessed by Freeman's office, why don't you ask him to pay them? Since he's saving up his 50 grand, he can cover 50 grand worth of court costs from the money he's not paid for his fine. Any event, so his last post was December 25th, 2024. Now, some of these people could have me blocked or something, but I'll go off of what I can see. I don't know. It's according to this, his last post was December 25th of 2024. So he's busy. Maybe next Christmas he'll have another post, and that'll be cool. And we can all read. We can all see Happy Merry Christmas there. So that's Freeman. Paul Camphouse. Paul's like Claire. He's busy. He has not had a post since December 30th of 2021. December 30th of 2021 is the last time Paul Camphouse has had a Facebook post. He's busy. He's busy. It's not that, don't get confused. Don't believe that these people acted like they cared about you, and then as soon as they got elected, they don't give a rat's A. Don't believe that. That couldn't be further from the truth. It just happens that after December 30th, 2021, okay, so 3.5 years ago, Paul's been busy. He doesn't have time to interact with the lowly people. He's got shit he's got to do. He's got shit he's got to do. Okay. So let's go to Linda Fraley. Linda Fraley, highly awarded. Her last post was from May 4th, 2022. So over 3 years ago, May 4th of 2022 is the last time. She's busy. She doesn't have time for you little people. She doesn't have time for the little people, the voters and the citizens and the taxpayers. These people don't have time for it. But by the way, they also have absolutely no spark or passion for freedom or liberty. July 4th, I don't think means much of anything to these people. It's just about a paycheck. Okay. It's about then their own aggrandizement. So Mark DeCalvey has no Facebook page. Okay. Never had an opponent in an election. I think a very unethical man personally. And he don't have time to communicate to little people. He's too busy doing whatever the hell he's doing. He's got a golf in Florida and stuff. He's Linda Fraley too. Chris Stratton doesn't have a political page either. That's kind of surprising to me. Not that I could find. I mean, I searched for these. If I didn't find it, I apologize. But Chris Stratton, same way. Dave, now let's go. Those were the 10 that I had highlighted. Now let's go to Dave Taylor, our congressman, in the Where Are They Now file usually. But he has a 4th of July thing that he posted on 7:45 a.m. on 4th of July. And so, here's he voted for the One Big Beautiful Bill. That's good. By the way, then that makes him the only person that said anything about the One Big Beautiful Bill. So he did that, and he has a post 7:45 a.m. on July 4th. So that's good. And I wish he would sit for interviews, but it's good that he had a post. And now let's go at Adam Byrd. Adam Byrd, has a this is an old campaign picture. Adam Byrd is part of the Linda Fraley wing of the Claremont GOP. And so he had this post with I'm Greg, coming off the golf course with the Titleist hat to be ready to come in and be the crony new auditor so Linda can still run the show. But here he is with Adam Byrd has a something, no political statement, but he does say have a happy 249th birthday. None of these people, by the way, I appreciate he said something, but it's this self-serving thing, and none of these people seem to give. Does the actual Declaration of Independence mean anything to these people? We need our political class to understand that was what it was about. It was about a rebellion against people like them that lost touch with the freedoms and liberties that we are granted by God and then by our Constitution. Now, let's look at Terry Johnson, our senator. He had something about, I guess, did Red Skelton, something about Red Skelton or something. But he, I guess he didn't have anything. He has something about a puppy, and then he has a Red Skelton post. So Terry Johnson, he likes to be all big on, maybe, I don't know why I wouldn't see yesterday at 9:30 as a post on Red Skelton on July 4th, but I see nothing else on July 4th. But when it comes, these people are all about the appearances. So, he's got his military pictures and stuff like that all the time, because that's the appearance. And the question is do they have the passion for the things that were the thoughts evoked in the Declaration of Independence? And just for my local trustees in Union Township, Claremont County, Michael Logue. So Michael Logue is Mr. You know what? And so let's look at what he had. Now he may have me block. I don't know what he does. He's a very goofy guy. But according to what I see, he has not had a post since May 9th. Since May 9th. And before that was April 20th. So his self, this would be the typical Michael Logue post here. On every holiday, a picture of him and his family. But if you ever said anything about him using his kids and his wife as prop pieces in every political thing he gets involved in, then it's, oh, you're attacking my children. It's like, no, dipweed, you're the one who keeps look at this, every picture, is now this, not every, it's either going to be pictures with him with self-aggrandizing with politicians that he wants to suck off, or with his family to try to give an appearance of unbelievable family man. All right. John Becker, nada. Last post June 27th. Probably too busy to give a rat's say about the 4th of July. And Joe Dills. I don't know what my status was with Joe Dills, but the last post I see is from January 14th, 2024, about One Way Church being an emergency shelter. So that's Joe Dills. And then did I have anything else here? Greg Gentile doesn't have a page. And Dylan Blevins, I just went to his to look at it. So he had a Independence Day post of him. I don't know if he's at some event or in a parade or something. Okay, but so that's Dylan Blevins had something for 4th of July. Again, even Dylan, hey Dylan, how about talk about not just about you, but how about something about what the Declaration of Independence means and why it's important. And now let's go look. I forgot to put a link here. Let's go look at the Claremont GOP and see. Nope. Nope. God forbid a Republican political party had something on the 4th of July. And this is from June 16th is the last post out here. So it's all pathetic. Let me look at let's look at just to see. I didn't look. I have no idea. Let's go look and see if the Democrats did anything. Okay, so get this. I mean, I'm a right-wing guy. I'm despised by the Uniparty on both sides. And but the Democrats had a post on their Facebook page about 4th of July. Okay. But the Republicans did not. And you just saw the rundown of all of the of all of the people, all of these politicians. So let's just do a quick recap of what happened. Zoomerly had something. Nobody had anything that had any sort of showed any intellect. Okay, they're just pictures of them or pictures, a graphic or something. So Zoomerly had something. Painter nothing. Bachelor nothing. Corcoran nothing. Rudd nothing. Freeman nothing. Camphouse nothing. Fraley nothing. TeColvey has no page. Stratton has no page. Dave Taylor had something. Adam Byrd had something from a parade. Terry Johnson nothing. Michael Logue, did I say nothing? Becker nothing. Dills nothing. And I forgot to click on, I guess, Jean Schmidt. So I had it up here, but I forgot to click on Jean Schmidt. I had that link. So her last post was from June 4th, 2022. June 4th, 2022. Like what I see. Now, if these people have me blocked or whatever, that's fine. It just tells you how they view citizens. They only want to, they like the echo chamber of only people they will agree with them. They don't want any counsel other than people that just bow down and what them. So there you go. That is the rundown of what these people did on July 4th. And it's pathetic. It's sad. It's empty. And particularly that it's sad and empty when the Democrats have a post about July 4th, but the Republicans don't have a post either about July 4th or about the big, beautiful bill. Nothing. We're too lazy, too dead, too dysfunctional to do that. So thanks for watching. And we'll see if next July 4th they can do any better.